new big brand toys revealed, current hobby toys reimagined, and old businesses react to a changing market.
I'm Grim.
I'm Vile Mods.
And I'm KT.
We are your hosts. All that and more in episode 52 of the Foam News Collective. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with the hobby and all things blasters. With that, let's get right into the news. Mix and match is the name of the game to make your ideal loadout. One could almost call it modular. This year at New York Toy Fair, Hasbro announced their in-series Loadout line, presently a 6-blaster line with an emphasis on interchangeable accessories for the in-series blasters, akin to the modulus line of in-strike blaster attachments. Each blaster is compatible with all the attachments, with an in-series stock attachment point, grip-mounted stock mount point, multiple rails, and an in-series barrel lug. Each of the blasters features multiple attachments, printed shells, and unique themes. 4 of these 6 were initially leaked back in FNC episode 48 last year, but in many cases the price points appear to have changed. Starting off with the flagship, we have the Galactic Commander, a regulator-style select-fire flywheeler firing in either semi, burst, or full auto, including 2 18-dart magazines, a mag-holding stock attachment, scope, and barrel. While it was initially leaked as one of the 4 for $60 United States dollars, its price has changed to retailing for $50. For those of you with a love for bolt action, we have the leaked $30 Arctic Zero Striker, which we now know to be a Target-exclusive 6-round internal dart mag blaster. Attachments include a 10-dart storage stock attachment, scope, bipod attachment, and a faux suppressor barrel. If you love LEDs on blasters, we have news for the upcoming $30 Cyberlight Ghost, a Walmart-exclusive 6-shot cylinder-fed blaster that includes a standard in-series stock, optic, a 14-dart storage attachment, and a transparent cylinder and barrel attachment that glow with the internal LED lights. Up next are blasters of Fire and Ice, the Flare Fusion, and Frost Fusion. Both are 6-shot cylinder-fed blasters and are Amazon exclusives, but differ in price and attachments. The $20 Flare includes a standard in-series stock, an optic, and 12-dart storage barrel, whereas the Frost retails for $25 United States dollars and includes a grip-mounted 10-dart storage stock, scope, a 14-dart storage attachment, and faux suppressor barrel. Our final blaster is the $15.99 Shadow Speed Recon. While like the previous 3, it is a 6-dart cylinder-fed blaster like the in-series Agility was, rather than being bolt action, this blaster is pump action. As this blaster is the entry point to the line, it only includes a 14-dart capacity storage attachment and is not an exclusive, but like all the rest of the line, it includes all the attachment points to equip any of the previously mentioned add-ons. Links in the description.
While in New York for Toy Fair, Hasbro CEO Chris Cox stopped by the Yahoo Finance podcast Opening Bid and talked with Brian Sozzi about the current state of the company. Cox talked in detail about his own gaming credentials, saying that he currently plays D&D at 5 active tables, spends time with every new Magic the Gathering set, and that he personally plays video games for about 10 to 15 hours a week. On the topic of video games, the CEO indicated that they are currently Hasbro's biggest capital development, with 7 internal game studios developing about a dozen games and around 115 licensed games in development with outside studios. Discussing President Trump's ongoing trade war, Cox explained plainly that tariffs are a cost on product manufacturing that will ultimately transfer to the customer, and that Hasbro will always avoid tariffs whenever possible, as well as cutting costs in other ways. Most notably for our hobby, he explained one method of cutting costs we are all familiar with, trying to
be clever with how the internals are designed, how the mechanisms are designed, so that it's still fun, but maybe we can, trim off a couple things that the user won't notice.
Ultimately, Cox indicated that a 20% tariff is a cost that Hasbro can't fully accommodate, and that he hopes policymakers will recognize this problem, but stopped short of stating outright that prices should be expected to increase. He did note that 60% of their customer base is over the age of 13, and there's more price movability in products aimed at older kids and adults, rather than at those aimed at younger kids.
What do you get when you take a Dart Zone Mark III, flip it upside down, and make it available to the masses? You get the Dart Zone Primus. Shown off at New York Toy Fair, this new blaster coming in at around $40 United States dollars is a full-length firing select fire blaster with a top-loaded magwell. Buff Daddy had an opportunity to handle one in person at Toy Fair, and reports of the mechanism internally appears to be the same as the original Mark III, allowing for its semi-auto to full-auto select fire mechanism that fires darts at 4 darts per second. The Primus includes a number of attachments including a barrel, buffer stock attachment with notably the same stock as the Mark III, a bipod that can double as an angled grip with an offset optic so your vision is not obstructed by the mag. The Primus will be available in stores and additionally will be domestically available on the Dartzone web store. For more information, visit the links in the description.
Along with a new blaster in their lineup, Dartzone was also in full swing with new offerings and ideas on their Toy Fair table. Thanks again to Buff Daddy, we got better images of the flintlock blasters, now in Nitroshot packaging, and expected MSRPs of $15 for the pistol and $25 for the rifle. Accessories was also a huge part of Dartzone's spread, with new silicone magazine bumpers, a new pop-up dart catcher target, Outlaw Cylinder 2-packs, and the talk of the event, blaster charms. Really tapping into what video games have done for achievements and customization and translated into airsoft and other shooting sports. Along with their 8 new charms, Dartzone also brought a dedicated table for people to make their own custom solos, with 3 new blaster skins and the regular aluminum or 3D printed shotgun barrel. According to Buff Daddy via his Blaster Hub write-up, if there's enough interest in doing custom solos through the website, they'll look at getting the shotgun barrels injection molded.
Also at Toy Fair, Drac test-fired a rival-compatible ring blaster similar to D-Dart's rotating ring shooters. While novel at first glance, this turns out to be an old product. According to Krein of Blaster Time, the Spiral Enforcer by new company Hipshot is a product that has been released before under a few names over the years, originally manufactured by Fangjia Toys in Hong Kong. If this new brand bringing its latest incarnation to Toy Fair resulted in any deals, it's possible we could see it distributed in the US for the first time.
Break action, shell-fed 200 FPS pistol? You heard that right, Printables creator Shoeless Historian has released their latest design, the FLP-07 Goblin. Using silly shells, Goblin is a break-action pistol that can fire a litany of ammunition types. Should performance be your goal, using a half-dart sniper shell in its standard configuration will get you up to 200 FPS. Additionally, should you seek even greater heights, you can put the blaster into a singled target setup for hitting over 200 FPS, or run it with a 3-dart inline clip firing at 160 FPS. From multi-ammo to high performance, Goblin has you covered. Files are available on Shoeless Historian's Printables page, and if parts, pre-builds, or hardware is your desire, you can purchase them stateside at Bears Wares US, or for those of you in Australia, you can purchase them from Capital 3D. For more information, as always, links in the description.
Mr. Heathpants is diving for liberty and ready to take on the Terminids with his new autocannon loadout. The 5-round clip-fed, shell-ejecting mega cannon fires projectiles of liberty upwards of 230 FPS, Ministry of Defense guaranteed. Expect to use at least 4.5 kilograms of filament to produce your own shoulder-mounted unit, a small price to pay for upholding democracy. Those looking to defend Super Earth can acquire their own autocannon files for a mere 25 requisition slips. To call in your support weapon, be sure to check the terminal to Mr. Heathpants' Etsy page, linked in the description.
What happens if you take a wild style, make it pump action, and underslung? Printables designer Wizards Builds holds the key to solving this riddle with their new design Skeleton Key, a remix of Silly Butt's wild style blaster. Skeleton Key is a pump-action silly shell-firing master key designed to mount under the pick rails of blasters, making it for a fun and versatile master key. If you're interested in building one, files and hardware information is over on Wizard Build's Printables page. Links in the description.
Online storefront website Etsy has announced changes to their firearms policy set to take effect at the end of the month. According to some creators in our hobby, the company is sending somewhat cryptic emails to certain creators suggesting that they may have listings that would be impacted by these policies, but not explaining which listings may be affected or why, leaving them to guess, speculate, or just leave the platform, as a few have already. Etsy's new policies are more strict about what they call replica firearms, parts and accessories, as well as tactical gear based on the average person's ability to identify an item as a toy. While the policy makes clear carve-outs for finished or resold vintage product for toy-like blasters, it makes no such exceptions for digital files such as STL files for 3D printing, appearing to make all blaster file sets in violation of Etsy's policy regardless of appearance or functionality. Similar to the CPSC's recent rule changes, terms such as realistic, average person, imitation firearm, and the like are poorly defined, leaving many creators with unanswered questions, scrambling for a solution to keep their products available online. At the time of recording, Etsy had not replied to us for requests for clarification.
This next blaster will find itself in tune with your loadout. Printable's creator LeedleDynamics has released their next stringer design, Harmony, a pump-action, half-dart, clip-fed blaster rocking either 6 or 12-round clips. Should you find clips not to be your fancy, with some alternate parts, you can convert the blaster to take Talon mags. Additionally, you can run it in a stockless variant should you desire. Files are available for purchase on the Printables page for $6 United States dollars. For files and more, links in the description.
Hasbro may have abandoned the MXL Dart, but hobby support for it remains strong. To wit, the Radson XL family is welcoming a new member, the Mega XL BCAR barrel. The design combines the concept of a bearing-based centering and rotation device with a front-load barrel to create a 63 FPS average Mega XL sidearm with higher than normal accuracy. According to Radioactive's designs, the 5-column, 3-row, 6-degree BCAR is designed to retain optimal bearing engagement across the full spectrum of Mega XL Dart dimensions. The base configuration model starts at $120 with options for higher power and other upgrades available on Radioactive's Etsy store. Link in description.
3D printing allows for a vast array of creations and iterations upon previous works with more accessibility to those who desire to. With this in mind, here we have a prime example, a remix of a remix, Znc Aus, created by Printables designer BMPrintShop. The Znc Aus is a remix of Moose Mod Shop's Znc for the Australian markets, with the Znc being a compact remix of 118 designs Znc 2.0. Znc Aus comes with 3 performant variants, a compact variant with an integrated BCAR, and an extended barrel variant with a 12-bearing BCAR. From 155 to 190 FPS, the Znc Aus can fit a variety of setups and is potentially the first of many Aus Znc remixes. Hardware kits and fully assembled blasters are available on BMPrintShop's Etsy, with files being available on BMPrintShop's Printables page. Links as always in the description.
Thanks to Buff Daddy, we caught a glimpse of Nerf's new Minecraft Diamond Sword at Toy Fair that we featured back in episode 48. This in-one chambered blaster has a very similar design to the Minecraft Heartstealer sword released in 2023, and should be hitting stores just in time for the Minecraft movie release. While we didn't have any new half-dart offerings from Nerf, surprisingly, we did have new Pro Gelfire blasters, despite Gel's legal issues in recent years. The Pronto featured a large single pull trigger that primes and fires the blaster in one motion, while the warp speed really lived up to its name, firing at 20 rounds a second. Teased on their social media post a couple weeks ago, Dartzone is still on their recoloring spree with a new Nitroshot blue variant of the Venom Pro. After the recent clearance sales at Target of the green variants, it's nice to see this compact mag and grip pistol isn't going anywhere in the near future. Spreading quickly across the hobby was about a new dart head design by Dartzone pictured in their marketing at Toy Fair. However, Buff Daddy was able to confirm with one of Dartzone's reps that including this dart design in the artwork was a mistake, and this design is not currently in consideration for production. Not making an appearance at Toy Fair was the Amazon-exclusive Nerf N-Series Backyard Triple Pack that features 3 of the N-Series Flex Blasters, 3 targets, and 30 N1 darts, coming in at $15. No need to leave your pooch out of the backyard blasting fun, as Nerf will also be releasing a new Dog collapsible handle compact blaster, retailing for $17. Domochevsky has made some updates to his micro reshell number 9, allowing it to function without flicking down to seat a dart for every shot, as well as some structural updates to make it more sturdy. Inspired by Hasbro's recent Loadout blasters, Domo also created a new dart holder for the bottom of his Micro 2 reshell grip, giving the blaster 12 rounds of extra storage. With current international shipping woes, those in Canada might be interested in 1000 Screws generic blaster kit. This kit includes basic hardware needed for 3D printed blasters, such as a barrel, K25 spring, polycarb tubing, and an assortment of O-rings for $37 Canadian. The Diana will be getting an update for 2025, now with a higher rate of fire, a new aesthetic muzzle, and metal trigger design for $153 United States dollars, which is only a few dollars more than the original Diana. Pre-orders are available on idealfoamblaster.com with expected release in late April 2025. The XShot Fury X has a new pump kit thanks to Bebopjazzman over on Printables. This kit also includes a bevy of additional accessory parts like sling points, sights, and even a small stock to really jazz up your Fury X to your preferred mood. Start booking your hotel rooms now as End War 2025 has officially announced dates for the upcoming event. This year, FoamCon and the Foam Pro Tour will take place on July 18th, and HVZ from July 18th to the 20th. Finding a good holster can sometimes be a challenge, and Nightingale fans are in luck since Mazzo Factory has created, arguably, one of the nicest holsters around with a very svelte retention hood. These holsters come in at $70, which even Mazzo is humorously aware that it costs as much as the blaster. In Perry's 3D modeling adventure, he's created a new expanded battery door for the XShot Clip Mania that you can purchase on Out of Dart's website for $9. To go along with your new battery door, Perry has also uploaded a few sights on his printables page, like the EO Tech or Benchy sights for your amusement. And that's it for the news. Don't miss this week's podcast with our guest and huge contributor to the hobby, Buff Daddy Nerf of Blaster Hub, where we'll be talking about Toy Fair, ins and out of running a blog site, and more. A huge thank you for helping us reach 4,000 subscribers on this channel, which is no small feat for such a niche hobby. Speaking of, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let us know what you think down in the comments. If you'd like to support us further, be sure to check out the merch store or consider subscribing to our Ko-Fi for some fun perks. As always, a thank you to our news contributors, moderation team, and Ko-Fi supporters. And we'll see you in 2 weeks with another episode. This thing is a hand workout, by the way. Like, trying to prime it. K25. Oh yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, get it. Yeah. How many reps can I get? Left-handed? Come on. Oh, yeah. All left-handed just as strong as the right hand. Doesn't even matter that the forearm is different sizes. Doesn't even matter. Yeah, come on, Radioactive. You're not the only one who's got strong thumbs.
While in New York for Toy Fair, Hasbro CEO Chris Cox
Don't miss this pot. This blah, 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 blah. Start booking your hotel room. Hotel rooms. Yeah. Don't miss this week's podcast with our guest and huge computer.
Cox talked in detail about his own gaming bona fides. Bona fides? How is that actually pronounced?
Bona fide.
That's not right. I'm just gonna skip it. I'm gonna change the word. Okay.
Wow, that I think that was a good first take. Let's just go with it. We're rolling with it. Woo! Don't argue it. Just do it.